Coming up on Look Today, well, Lieutenant Governor Hochul visits Greenwich. I've got details. And Bands and Beans in Lake Luzerne raises $20,000. More on that coming up. And I've got an update on the Halloween tragedy that resulted in the death of a Skidmore student. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program I sit down with Lois Celeste. She's the Executive Director of the Saratoga Senior Center, and we're joined by Carrie Hardy, a clinical dietitian at Saratoga Hospital, for our weekly Look at Seniors. And I also sit down with Caitlin Stedman. Now, she's a director of a new project called the Saratoga International Film Festival, and she's joined by Tom Appler. He's a founding member, and they're here to talk about the film festival that's coming up this fall. Plus, we have your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, Lieutenant Governor Hochul visited the Argyle Brewing Company in Greenwich yesterday. Now, she toured the brewing company and observed the impact of the craft beer industry. Hochul is an immense supporter of local businesses and visits small towns regularly to highlight the importance of these operations. Well, we spoke to the Lieutenant Governor about her visit.
What we have here down on the Main Street is incredible. So I'm excited to be here to support them and tell the governor what I saw here today.
She really gets out in the community. Well, in other news, the 25th annual Bands and Beans event took place on Sunday at the Roaring Brook Ranch in Lake Luzerne. Now, the event, as you know, featured 2 stages of live music and 26 chefs facing off in a chili contest. Well, the participants were able to taste as many chili dishes as they liked. Now, the event raised over $20,000, all to benefit the Lake George Arts Project. Now, the event, by the way, is the project's biggest fundraiser and enables them to do many of the free concerts in Lake George and to keep the art gallery open all year round. Well, congratulations to John and Andrea and everyone involved in that event. Well, switching from news to weather. Today's temperatures remained in the low 40s. Let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, we're going to head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. And back to the news. Well, we have an update on a Halloween tragedy that resulted in the death of a Skidmore student. This Monday, Thomas Gorman of Wilton was sentenced to a maximum of 5 to 15 years in state prison. Gorman pleaded guilty to vehicular manslaughter and vehicular assault. The Wilton man was highly intoxicated when his car hit the 3 Skidmore students on Clinton Street in Greenfield. Now, he killed freshman Michael Hedges. The other 2 students, Toby Freeman and Oban Galbraith, suffered life-threatening injuries. They are making a slow recovery. They were able to give statements at the hearing. In other news, well, in light of recent events concerning a foot chase with an armed man in Glens Falls, Warren County and Glens Falls police are working on new emergency procedures. Now, while the Glens Falls High School was notified, nearby daycare centers and businesses were not. They weren't aware of the incident as it unfolded. Many were concerned as there were children in playgrounds that were just 2 blocks from where the man was caught. Now, according to the Warren County Sheriff's Office, improvements will be made. We understand they're specifically looking at that 911 reverse call system. Well, up next, I sit down with Lois Celeste. She's the Executive Director of the Saratoga Senior Center, and we're joined by Carrie Hardy. She's a clinical dietitian at Saratoga Hospital. She's here for our weekly look at seniors. Plus, I also sit down with Caitlin Stedman. She's a director of the Saratoga International Film Festival, and she's joined by Tom Appler. He's one of the founding members, and they're here to talk about the film festival, which is coming up this fall. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000.